Hello again everybody, this is EdgeCase, and today we're going to discuss being a chicken. That's right, say it with me now. It's okay to run away. One of the biggest differences I've noticed between the play of experienced players and the way that newer players play is simply knowing when not to take a shot. Remember, XCOM is a tactics game. More of the outcome is decided by the decisions you make than the dice you roll. And if the only decisions you're thinking about are which pieces of cover to hide behind as you advance towards the enemy, then you've already thrown away half of your strategic options. To emphasize this point, the squad I'm playing in this game is made up of 4 medics with medkits. Now this may sound really silly, but the fact is that when most people look at a medic, they see a unit with high aim, fast movement, and think, gee, that's really good for flanking my opponent. I'm going to put a scope on this guy and use him to run around shooting people in the back. And if they hide behind cover, that's okay, because I can just shoot them in the face too. And you know, they're not wrong. You can do all of those things with a medic, which is one of the reasons they're so popular, but you're still throwing away half of the unit's potential if all you're thinking about is offense. Alright, so let's skip ahead to the action. My opponent for this game is apparently a viewer of this channel, so hello to Larskin. And here's what we've got so far. A thin man showed up on the roof, and then immediately retreated to cover. Knowing that I can move very quickly and that my skeleton suit gives me the option of jumping straight to the roof to try and pick off the thin man, I chase, aggressively. And this turns out to be a huge mistake. Now here's where a little discretion would have been prudent. Faced with the thin man, a chrysalid, and who knows what else on the ground already in striking range, I should be pulling back. But instead in my head I'm thinking, can 4 medics kill these units in one turn? I take the shot, committing my medic to the roof position, and start bringing up my other medics to try and finish the job. Unfortunately, the position that I left 2 of them in does not allow them to grapple to the roof, leaving 2 spent units in range of a very angry chrysalid and his buddies lurking on the ground below. I toss smoke to try and mitigate any damage coming from units that could be on the ground, and feel relatively safe because I know that a chrysalid can't do 11 damage in a turn. Instead, as it turns out, I've walked right into a trap. Grenades don't care about smoke, and neither does a chrysalid.
He's dead.
So this isn't good. I'm down a 2,500 point unit, my opponent has a zombie coming, his chrysalid is benefiting from my dense smoke, and I'm still looking for ways to try and go on offense. This is pretty much exactly what you shouldn't do.
Moving to Overwatch.
And even though I eventually wise up and pull my other units back, it doesn't go cleanly.
I'm pinned down here.
And the unit that I overextended gets punished on the next turn. I got greedy, rushed in, and now despite having a team built for endurance, time is not on my side.
Adjusting sights.
I'm pinned down! Do something! I'm pinned down!
Despite having lots of targets to shoot at, I finally get my wits about me and start pulling back. This has the additional benefit of allowing the stim to run down on his assault, and consequently is considered one of the preferred courses of action against stim.
I'm alright.
I'd really like to heal this medic back to full, but given that there's still a chrysalid running around and I don't know where it is, I decide it's more prudent to go on Overwatch instead.
Eyes filled, Commander.
I'm under fire! Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Remember, a pursuing unit can only move half of its total move distance in each turn if it wants to keep shooting. This means that a fleeing unit will inevitably open up some space between it and its pursuer, so long as it has space to keep on running. Alternatively, if the enemy chooses to pursue too aggressively, his faster moving units will naturally split apart from his slower moving units, and you may be able to pick one off. Certain units are naturally better at withdrawing, and some, like the skeleton suit medic, are actually quite adept at fighting while moving. The skeleton suit allows me to break pursuit by grappling to the roof,
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
medkits allow me to reset the fight or progress through attrition, dense smoke affords me good protection regardless of cover, especially against low-aim units like the Muton. And high aim makes Overwatch traps deadly effective.
No longer a threat.
Relocating your units has the additional advantage of bringing the Fog of War back into play, and you may be able to get lucky and find an opponent's unit out of position.
Dead in the water here.
Be aware that a running battle may exhaust your ammo supplies, so you'll need to make sure to make time to reload. You can do this all at once, or one at a time, while the rest of the group takes turns on Overwatch.
Ready to rock.
You will often have to juggle many priorities at once: scouting, positioning, and even reloading. Always remember that if you find yourself in a precarious position, the best decision may be to back up.
I'm taking fire. Nailed him.
If your opponent is running away from you, maintain discipline. Don't celebrate too early, you don't want to walk into an Overwatch trap, but also don't panic, because the map is only so big and he can't run forever. Coordinate the pursuit between all units, and if you're sending units to try and cut off his path of escape, make sure that those units have an escape plan of their own.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Take the risks you can afford.
I'm all right.
Keep your options open. Know when time is on your side. Know when to fight and when to run. And you might just be able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
X-ray neutralized.
Thank you everyone for watching. A special thanks to my opponent Larskin. And remember, sometimes moving backwards is the best way to get ahead.